Hello, everybody. This is OCN Live, your daily show. We're bringing the weird, the strange, the sad, the glad, whatever it may be from ourcommunitynow.com. I'm Josh.
And I'm Andre.
Saying hello and welcome to the middle of the week because we're almost through it? I don't know.
Happy sixth day of Halloween.
Wait, what?
It's the sixth day of Halloween.
Are we doing 31 days of Halloween this year?
We're doing 31 days of Halloween
We are?
this year, yeah.
No one told me. I would have dressed for the occasion.
Well, you only missed the first 5.
Okay. We're going to have the double feature team in too.
Got 25 shots at redemption on this one.
Thank goodness. It's the only time that's ever going to happen for me. All right, so you clearly know who's behind us, right?
Oh,
do you know who that is?
The late, great Alan Rickman as
Right.
Professor Severus Snape.
Or as the double feature crew would say, that's Snape.
It's Alan Rickman before it's Snape.
Absolutely. Alan Rickman is one of my favorite actors, even though we lost him, oh my gosh, it's been almost 10 years ago?
I think so.
He was an underrated actor. I loved everything about his work. And in the Die Hard movie, he's the one that defined bad guy for me. But he played Snape, if you didn't know, for all you Harry Potter fans. And it turns out that HBO Max is allegedly creating a Severus Snape prequel series.
Didn't we get his entire character arc, like, in the books?
Did they?
I don't know. Maybe there's stuff about Snape that HBO is gonna fill us in on.
Yeah. I mean, if I was the lady that wrote that stuff, I mean, I'd be, if they were handing over the paycheck, I'd be doing the work too.
Oh yeah,
I create narrative for that. But watch out, Potter. There's a new celebrity making his name in the rumors, wizarding newspapers, and in the crazy world. Straight out of the potions class, the infamous Severus Snape may be making his return, and this time people are going to take him seriously. According to the online site We Got This Covered, reliable sources have revealed that HBO Max is developing a prequel series based on the life of Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher and potions master Severus Snape. Although no other information about the series was revealed, fans can expect to be extremely entertained. Snape has been a cult favorite with fans from Hogwarts houses and character's mysterious background and has people talking for many, many years. And it'll be interesting to see what they do.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be another one of those series. It's going to make HBO so much money.
Yeah.
And the HBO Max thing, I mean, I had it for a little while. And I got it mostly for that the King Kong movie and the Jack Snyder cut of the Justice League, which was a lot better and made a lot more sense if you didn't watch it.
I want to be bitter about this trend of just grabbing like an out-of-circulation IP. Well, Harry Potter's not out of circulation. It's monolithic. But like, of grabbing an IP like Star Wars and then just handing a director like a spin-off series for it. But like, it's produced some really good TV.
It has.
I'll be
Mandalorian?
mad when the TV quality drops.
Yes. Because, I mean, the latest spinoff with The Mandalorian and, like, an IP from a series.
Mandalorian's best Star Wars we've gotten in a long time.
It's one of the best Westerns I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I still do. And I'm going to watch it again. I can't wait for that 3rd season. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, so this next one is going to... It's right up your alley, dude.
Ooh.
Do you know what that is?
Is that a McRib?
It's the McRib. So do you know they stop selling it every year, except in Germany. It is a year-round food in Germany. Apparently Germans love the McRib. I don't like it.
Yeah, if your goal is a barbecue sandwich, like, you have to pass a lot of edible things to get to a McRib.
Absolutely. Plus, I mean, I don't know what that's made out of.
Yeah, no, like, wasn't it the result of some, like, military program trying to, like, paste print meat or something?
Really?
I feel like I've read a factoid article that's like the McRib got its origins in the U.S. military as, like, a meat preservative substitute thing. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
But it sounds terrifying and it sounds real enough. So I mean,
if
we
there
may have to come back to that.
was a food to come out of like warfare, it would be the McRib
Or Spam. Pick it.
Yeah.
Choose your. Yeah. Everybody still loves Spam too. If you live in Hawaii, you do too. But did you know that the McRib is celebrating 40 years at McDonald's?
I'm guessing like since it first came on, right?
Yes, 40 years. It is 40 years old. Not this particular McRib is 40 years old.
Could be. It could be.
That I'm not going to dispute. It's going to be kind of hard. I don't think their food even goes bad anymore.
It doesn't.
I don't think it does.
Also, like 40 years since it was started, or are we celebrating 8 total years on the menu?
One of America's favorite seasonal sandwiches is celebrating a big anniversary this year. The McRib will celebrate 40 years of boneless pork goodness when it arrives at McDonald's next month. First introduced in 1981, and yes, I remember the commercials, the boneless pork sandwich includes a patty-shaped rack of ribs. How do you shape meat?
That's what I mean. Like, I think it's like a paste, and they like shoot it into an injection mold.
All right, first introduced 1981. The patty is topped with pickles and raw onion slices and is served on an oval bun. It remained on the menu until 1985 when executives felt the sandwich was not selling well enough. The McRib was introduced for limited runs throughout the years, with McDonald's holding several, quote, farewell tours. For the sandwich. Obviously, it never really went farewell. But anyway, since 2010, it has reappeared annually, usually for 4 to 6 weeks during November and December. In the 2000s, fans came to describe its return as McRib season. So McDonald's has created a kind of cult following where people call it McRib season.
I guess, like, if the holidays are a really, like, lonely and isolating time for you, you've got, like, one freebie tradition that you can lean into.
I feel bad for people when your one bright holiday spot is getting the McRib. Anyway, execs decided that bringing the sandwich back during the fall gave people a chance to enjoy a food that is typically consumed in the spring and summer. In the 80s, the masterminds behind McDonald's food innovation had a truly unique idea, an undeniably delicious sandwich that could be enjoyed during the colder seasons, said Mike Burlington, senior archives manager at McDonald's. Whether you're a McRib loyalist or a first-timer, there's no denying that the McRib is one of the most iconic sandwiches of the last 4 decades, and we have thousands of emails and tweets from fans to prove it. I was right! Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like the McRib's an iconic sandwich in, like, the same way that every town has, like, an iconic crime scene. Like,
yeah. Right? This is the Hotel de Fleur where 12 people were destroyed.
Yeah, like, you know, the McRib is like the culinary equivalent of, like, the gas station where all the stabbings happened.
Yes, and it kind of reminds me of gas station food, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could expect to open a box somewhere and take it out, and it's edible for days.
Yeah.
Days. Anyway, so there is one place where you can get a McRib 365 days a year. It's Germany. I get one right every once in a while. But if you're not traveled to Europe, when you have a craving, set a reminder to head to the nearest McDonald's in November. So we are just a few weeks away from it showing up. So they're thinking it's going to be on November 1st. So if you have a love for the sandwich, go ahead and let us know in the comments below, because some people live for this thing, some people die for this thing, but I won't be eating any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You going to get one? You like the McRib? I don't eat at McDonald's a lot. I mean, I like the Coca-Cola.
I mean, again,
fry.
There are many sandwiches you have to pass on to get to a McRib.
Absolutely, yeah, right. Go through a quarter pounder, a Big Mac, just a cheeseburger first, or a chicken sandwich, a fish sandwich. Have you ever had the Land, Sea, and Air there?
I have not.
That's where you can order a beef patty, a fish fillet, and a chicken fillet, and they'll put it on the bun. It's called the Land, Sea, and Air. There's a secret menu to McDonald's if you search our OCN site.
Is that like some guys at my college would do the McHangover, where it was like a chicken sandwich between, like, the 2 patties on a Big Mac? Is that like same menu?
Was there even a bun, or did they just eat the meat?
Oh yeah, there's like 4 total buns in that.
There's 4 total buns in that?
Because, like, you take the chicken sandwich and then you put it in the middle of the Big Mac and you squish it all down.
I feel like I would just have a hangover from getting it.
Yeah,
Either way, I got to move on from this one. This is as much McRib as I want to talk about. Jennifer Garner. First off, she's an amazing actress. She's a beautiful person, and I love just about everything she's done, except for maybe that Daredevil stint. But, I mean, it was an okay movie. Liked her on Alias. Good show.
I have not actually seen Alias.
Not a lot of people have. All right, so Jennifer Garner has accidentally texted the wrong person, and it's pretty funny and humbling. So Jennifer Garner gets a new phone, and lately it seems like we're all getting attacked by spam texts and unknown numbers. And you can imagine that you get random texts every once in a while. And Jennifer Garner was on the list for accidental texts sent. On October 1st, the 13-going-on-30 actress took to Instagram to share a text exchange between her and someone she thought was her Alias co-star. However, she was actually texting a complete stranger.
That's fun.
It is. Could you imagine
that's fun.
Getting a text like, yo, it's Jennifer G, and you'd be like, hey, you got the wrong number, which is what was said. I mean, she posted the exchange here, and it says, Carl, this is Jen G here. Comes proof. And the person responds with wrong number. And then she actually sends a selfie of herself, and she looks amazing for what was going on. She goes, ha, 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 well, this is me. I'm looking for my old friend, and the conversation went on there. But she just totally, like, walked up to the plate and was like, I'm so sorry about that. It's actually kind of funny.
I appreciate that person's honesty. Like, that's probably the right move.
Right.
But how few people have a chance to pretend to be the star of a show they statistically have not watched?
Right, yeah. What would that be like?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it.
Can bet that if any of the Scrubs actors were texting me,
I'd be like, prove it.
Let's see how many stations this train passes.
Right. See what goes on. Can we get a group text going? See where this goes? Jennifer, you should text us. That'd be a lot of fun. Or you can just throw us like a direct message through the post. Put a comment below when you watch this, because I know she's a big fan. Well, okay, she might be a big fan of the show. Bottom line is she probably has never seen the show, but if you go ahead and send us the message, we'll answer.
Is this where we both put our phone numbers like at the bottom of the screen in case any famous people want to get a hold of us?
Last time we put phone numbers on there, it just didn't go the way we planned. Do you remember the pictures?
Phone number on the internet with no context. What can go wrong?
Pictures.
I'm having difficulty imagining what could go wrong here.
Pictures. Have you ever gotten those pictures where you're just like...
I mean, yeah, but from people I know.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That gives at least context. When they come from a complete stranger, then you're like really like... But just be nice to each other when you text. So Jennifer Garner, thank you so much for being a normal human being in Hollywood, because apparently we don't get a lot of those. Moving on. As soon as I press the button. All right, so it's Halloween time. I've been told that I've got plenty of days to get into costume for the upcoming Halloween holiday. All right, do we call it a holiday? It should be a national holiday.
It's a season.
It's a season.
Halloween's
it's
a season.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a lifestyle.
Because I had the Sci-Fi Channel on, and they are all in. With their Chucky stuff, and I mean, they're not even like pulling punches. They're just calling it the dark art season. I'm like,
Also, just like as a content writer, I appreciate Halloween for being like the one thing keeping Christmas from starting in July.
They've done that on Hallmark Channel. And Christmas starts in July. They take a break for Fall Festival. And then my wife's watching right into that Christmas season, and it starts like November 1st. Like, Halloween ends November 1st. It's like, I don't even think they bother with Thanksgiving anymore.
Yeah, just the minute those Halloween decorations come down, like...
As a voice actor, I love Halloween, because doing voices for people and actually being able to use my pipes for, like, scary voices. Ooh. It's my time of year. But nobody ever hires me for that. This story is actually kind of terrifying. An 11-year-old was stabbed by a scare actor at a haunted attraction.
Was it... I have to ask, was it part of the attraction?
Let's find out. Nightmares become reality as a haunted house attraction became the scene of a menacing crime. On Saturday, September 25th, police were dispatched to the 7 Floors of Hell haunted house at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds in Berea, Ohio, after reports of a stabbing.
That's so on the nose.
I know, it's just kind of right there. While the house is known as one of the most popular haunted attractions in the nation, on this night, the haunts became a little too real. When officers arrived on the scene, they talked to staff members and learned that an 11-year-old boy named Frank Bednarski was stabbed in the foot. Witnesses revealed that one of the scare actors, identified as 22-year-old Christopher Pogozelski, replaced his Bowie knife with a real one and accidentally stabbed Frank while attempting to give him a good scare.
Why would he replace it with a real one?
So what possesses you to go before work like, you know what? This plastic knife just isn't doing it. I think I'm going to take a real Bowie knife. And, like, Bowie knives aren't small.
I've worked in a haunted house. Mm-hmm. Even the professionally run ones are very frantic, very chaotic, very caffeinated environments.
Yes.
And, like, I have never once thought, like, you know what would improve my working conditions? If some of these knives were real.
Yeah. Right? It never crosses my mind that maybe I actually stab somebody for real at a haunted house and give them a real scare. I mean, that never crossed my mind. So Frank's mother, Karen Bednarski, stated that her son came for a good time but became the victim of a crime after showing off that he wasn't scared. He, Pogozelski, walked up to my son and he was holding the knife and his intentions were to scare him, but my son responded to him by saying, "That's fake, I'm not scared." After hearing the statement, Pogozelski started jabbing around Frank's foot with a knife and accidentally stabbed the knife through the kid's Crocs, hitting his big toe. After conducting interviews, police officers confiscated Pogozelski's knife, which he stated he got from home. Pogozelski also told officers that he realized it was a mistake to replace his prop knife with a real one, and the incident was a complete accident. However, Frank's mom did not think it was an accident. The biggest thing for me is, I don't understand the mental state of this man, she said. There's got to be something wrong with him, and he should not be working at an establishment like that. That's what makes me upset. I would be upset that he stabbed my kid.
Yeah. That's something you respond negatively to.
Oh, this is terrible. She claimed staff initially declined to help her son, stating that they were not certified to administer first aid.
You know, it's good they recognized there was a problem. There's this running trope in, like, Halloween horror movies where, like, someone gets stabbed at a haunted house and everyone thinks it's part of the exhibit. And, like,
yeah.
I'm glad that's not the case for a story that very much reads like the plot line of a straight-to-Netflix haunted house
it feels
horror
like
movie.
a really cheap attempt at Scream without all of the money, the actors, and quality.
There's a movie about that called Hellfest.
There is?
It's literally the plot of the movie Hellfest.
Is that it's
spoiler
a spoof
alert for Hellfest?
Yes, so it's a spoof of Scream?
I mean, like, there's a bunch of kids at an extreme haunted house, and then there's, like, a guy pretending to be an employee who's murdering them.
That sounds actually like a great plot.
Oh,
I could see that happening.
Movie. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, I could see that happening in Ohio, too.
If there ever were a place for haunted house murders,
it would be Ohio. People in Colorado just don't care. And we've got some pretty good haunted houses around here, but I mean, every chainsaw that they've been wielding didn't actually have the saw in it, like the chain. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it just, anyway.
Just pro tip, if you're a haunted house actor, and this is coming from someone with industry experience, and a kid says they're not scared, just accept the constructive criticism and, like, move on to the next group.
Maybe you're
not every kid's going to be scared.
That's right. Maybe you're not doing your job right. Just make yourself that much better as an actor.
It's not a challenge. It's an opportunity for improvement.
Fantastic. I like where you went with that. Gang, if you haven't been to our website, you should head there right away. It's ourcommunitynow.com. We have all the cool stuff over there, like the stories about the crazy haunted house stabbing that just doesn't seem real, but it is. That'll be all over there. Plus, click on our video tab. We have so many cool things on there now. Holy Highball is just going into full gear, and you want to actually watch what a lot of people are saying, like religious people are saying on just crazy matters in life. That's what we ask them about. We're just there to talk the elephant out of the room, because sometimes you can just ask these people the questions that you normally wouldn't ask them. So that's what we do. Check it out. Permission to Games, got a whole bunch. So much OCN eats stuff, it's going to make your mouth water. In fact, today we had incredible barbecue from the Lost Boys 5280. Fellas, your food and sauce was absolutely amazing. Thank you for feeding the whole crew here today at OCN. And I said I'd give you a free plug, and cha-ching.
It was good enough that I stopped being a vegetarian.
Yes.
Like, that's not a joke. I'm normally a vegetarian.
I remember the conversation where he's like, I'm gone vegetarian. I was like, what? And then he crawled into some sort of mountain hovel and came back with that beard, and then something crazy. But then he started eating meat today, so that's how good the barbecue was. It is still over there.
Full season of character development here.
He gets, like, those are the roles that you get into, right? This is method acting at its finest. I'm just too lazy to shave. We're all been there. All right, gang. Remember, it's Halloween season, so if you can, go to work dressed up every day. Sounds like I'm going to have to. I can only really kind of pull off Indiana Jones, maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi, and something else. So I'm going to have to work those outfits out.
Well, if you've seen the movie Office Space and you own white clothing.
Absolutely. Then you just got to bring a baseball bat to work?
Yeah.
Inappropriate?
Yeah, and then put some blood on it, and next day you're Shaun from Shaun of the Dead.
Hold on. Is that a lot like taking a knife to a haunted house and acting with it? Is that something we shouldn't do? I'm asking for a friend.
Valid
question. All right, there you go, gang. Well, thanks for sticking around for another episode of OCN Live. I'm Josh.
And I'm Andre.
Saying have a great day, everybody, and as always,
make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.